Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85 Operation Warthog, Soviet Global Command 6.3. Alright, tech for the Soviets: PGM, Advanced Logistics, Advanced Sonar, Advanced Airborne. Not bad. 75%. So PGM, sonar, and airborne. So PGM goes to stage 3. Advanced sonar goes to stage 3. Advanced airborne goes to stage 3. Not too bad. Okay, next up is going to be global operations. There's no more insurgency, but Moscow is once again going to try to talk India into a defense treaty. So they're going to be using the 2 free dice for that. All right, then it is military aid and purchase. Okay, for military aid, for 6, they're sending Warsaw Pact a fighter. For 7, they are sending Angola an attack chopper and an early gen fighter. And then for themselves, they're spending 20 on 2 next gen MBTs and 2 attack choppers, and then 10 on... I gotta look at my notes, as I suddenly forgot. 10 on 2 early gen fighters and an MBT. And then of course they're building 5 cruise missiles and 3 anti-ship missiles. Okay. Combat movement. Soviet Global Command is declaring war on U.S. Global Command, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Chad, and I believe that's it. So we will start here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing tightened up again so it doesn't try to dump over. Okay, we'll start here at I-6. The fleet here is sitting there with the tankers. Cruiser, destroyer, frigate, and medium bomber are all going to do attacks on tankers. The SSN here in I-11 is going to shoot a cruise missile 1-2, since the Soviets do have long-range missiles, in a surgical strike on UAE, which there are the UAE forces here. There's, since they're under attack, that's now American forces, but there's no SAM there for missile defense. Okay, then the forces here in Basra, which are these guys right here, 3 MBTs, 2 next-gen MBTs, 2 attack choppers, and an air cav, are attacking northern Saudi. They're going to be supported by these 3 fighters from Baghdad, 2 of which, oh no, never mind, those 3 fighters from Baghdad, and then also an attack chopper, early gen fighter, EGF or ASF, attack bomber, and medium bomber are all joining the attack into northern Saudi. The strategic bomber and the backfire are going to fly down here over top of Basra, and they're going to shoot 2 cruise missiles each in surgical strikes. 1 pair of missiles into Makkah and 1 pair of missiles into eastern Saudi. Now, of course, since this is now American, there will be missile defense in Makkah, but there's no SAM in Saudi to do that, or eastern Saudi. So there's that. Then we spin this way. 3 MBTs and 2 light infantry from Kenya are attacking Tanzania. 3 MBTs and a field artillery, which will shoot chemical, from Ethiopia are attacking Uganda. 3 light infantry supported by the early gen fighter from Ethiopia are attacking Chad. There's the defending forces in Chad. And then over here in the Atlantic, oh, this thing is just a menace. 2 SSNs are coming down here to A42 to attack that tanker. 2 SSNs coming down to A41 to attack that tanker. And that is it for combat movement. We got a lot going on here. Okay, so first step, we're going to do the attack on the tankers in I-6. So we have a medium bomber, a destroyer, a frigate, and that one will be the cruiser. Well, the heavy aircraft cruiser gets to attack too. The black is the heavy aircraft cruiser at 5, and that one is the cruiser at 6. And the others, I know what they are by their color code. Okay, so here we go. Attacking the tankers. Oh, hold on a minute. Since they declared war on Saudi Arabia, this frigate right here in I-6 is American now. So that has to be killed before they can attack the tankers. So what we'll do is take out the heavy aircraft cruiser. It is going to attack the frigate. So there's the heavy aircraft cruiser attacking at 5 and the frigate defending at 2. Both miss. Do it again. Okay, the heavy aircraft cruiser hit, the frigate missed, so the frigate is kaput. And now the others can attack the tankers unimpeded. So we have a medium bomber, a cruiser, a destroyer, and a frigate. Got one hit by the cruiser, and that was it. Everybody else missed. So the Soviets will grab a tanker to put on their dashboard to get some extra money. And next, we're going to do the other two tanker attacks over in the Atlantic. So we'll have A-41 first. Two SSNs attacking. There is the hit, so they get that one. And then A-42, two more SSNs attacking. There is a hit, so they get that one as well. So we'll bring those two over here to add to the bonus tally. 3 cruisers hit for bonus. Okay, now we're going to do these surgical strikes. We'll do UAE first, then Eastern Saudi, and then Macau. So I said there's no missile defense for UAE, so we got 1 cruise missile coming in. That's a miss. Now there's 2 cruise missiles with no missile defense going into Eastern Saudi. Okay, there is 1 hit there. So the Americans, not much of a choice to make. They're going to have to kill the field artillery. And now we have 2 cruise missiles into Macau with missile defense. So here's the American missile defense. 1 missile is shot down. 1 comes in and misses. Okay, so there's that. All right, next we're going to do our little fights. So next we're going to do Tanzania, and then Uganda, and then Chad. So Tanzania first. As I said, we have 3 MBTs and 2 light infantry attacking, a light infantry and 2 paramilitary. So we've got 3 MBTs and 2 light infantry. No terrain. Nothing. Everybody missed. Okay. For the defenders, we have a light infantry and 2 paramilitary. Nothing. Everybody missed. Do it again. There is 1 hit by an MBT. Defenders. Nothing. So 1 paramilitary is killed. Do it again. Okay, there's 2 hits. 1 by an MBT and 1 by a light infantry. And the defenders got, well, let's see. Ah, damn, which way was it now? I believe that was the light infantry. So there's 2 more, there's 2 hits in defense. They got wiped out, but as they fell, they took 2 of the attacking enemy with them. So get a Soviet round roll. 3 MBTs capture the territory, 2 light infantry are the casualties. Okay, now Uganda, the field artillery is shooting chemical. Again, no terrain. Miss. Okay, so there's 3 MBTs. They did get a hit. 1 defending American paramilitary. Missed. Another Soviet roundel. He comes off. 3 MBTs and a field artillery move in there. Okay, now we have the fight in Chad. 3 light infantry and an early gen fighter, no terrain, 1 paramilitary, and a field artillery defending. The field artillery defending will have first strike. Nothing. Okay, so we have 3 light infantry and an early gen fighter. Well, there's 2 hits. I only needed 2, and they got them. Well, the fighter got a hit too, so they had an overkill even. So the paramilitary defend. Yeah, the paramilitary defends for a miss. Soviet roundel. Those guys come off. Those 3 guys go in there. He has to non-combat. Okay. That's the little fights. Yeah. So now we're doing the Battle of Northern Saudi. That one I am going to put on the boards. Okay, here's the bird's eye view. The Americans elected not to scramble from Macaw. So the only first strike is the defending SAMs. So, and the ground unit desert penalty has been applied to the attacker. Okay, here we go. So the defending SAMs, it's 6 shots in total. For 2 first strike air hits. Two first strike air hits that the Americans or the Soviets are going to take on early gen fighter and Air Cav has to be taken last as a casualty, doesn't it? Let's verify that. Yeah, it has to be taken last as an air superiority casualty. So, then I guess they're going to take the medium bomber. It's cheaper to replace. Okay, the first strike hits are applied. So now we have 5 5 MBTs at 3. Nothing. Got an air cav at 4. Okay, there is one hit. It had close air support, so it didn't suffer the desert penalty. 2 next-gen MBTs. Okay, there is a land target select and a general hit. So there, it is a reactive armor land target select hit. So there's that, reactive armor land target select. Okay, now we have 3 attack choppers for nothing. We got 3 fighters for 1 hit, and then an attack bomber for another hit to make 4 general hits to go along with the reactive armor land target select. Okay, so the defender is a paramilitary. That's a miss. 2 MBTs for 1 general hit. A light infantry for a 2nd general hit. 2 mechs for nothing, and 2 next-gen MBTs for 1 land target select hit. Okay, well, the attacking Soviets put their reactive armor hit on a next-gen MBT. The defending Americans can't choose the next-gen MBT, so they decide to kill the air cav. Clear that off. 4 general hits, so the Americans are going to kill the 2 SAMs, the paramilitary, and a light infantry. Clears that off. The Soviets will take their casualties on 2 MBTs. There's that. And they're going again. So here's 3 MBTs. There is a land target select. That's actually a reactive armor land target select hit. Two next-gen MBTs. Okay, there are 2. Since they only need 1 more reactive armor, there's 2 land target select hits. 3 attack choppers for 2 general hits. See, that's 3, 5. What do we need? 2, 4, 5 hits is what is needed. We'll go on and let the fighters roll. Okay, there is an overkill, and just go ahead and do the attack bomber. He missed, but they got enough. So now defending, we have 2 MBTs for 1 general hit. 2 mechs for a 2nd hit, and 1 next-gen MBT for a miss. Okay, as I said, the defenders are wiped out. they all come off. Take care of these. The Soviets have to take 2 hits. They're going to take 1 hit on the MBT, and they're going to take 1 on an attack chopper. Yeah. 1 on an MBT and 1 on an attack chopper. Okay. Let me put things back. Okay. Northern Saudi is now in Soviet hands. I already went ahead and landed the air back in Baghdad. So that is, we got 1 more combat resolution. That's the end of actual combat. Now we do the diplomacy roll for India. And there's the 10. So the Soviets now have a defense treaty with India. Yeah. I'll mark that stuff off camera, so we keep things moving here. All right. We're done with combat resolution. Now we go to non-combat movement. So from Baghdad, on that card, there is a pair of MBTs that are moving down to Basra, and a field artillery that also moves down to Basra. The Assistant Chief of Staff has detected some kind of security concern, so she's off investigating that. Okay, that's the only non-combat there. Over here, no non-combat over there. Over here, these 2 SSNs from A26 are coming down to A39. The 2 SSNs from A3 are coming down to A26. And I believe that's going to be it for non-combat movement. Yep, I believe that's it. All right, now we're placing units. So, let's see here. Placing units. 2 next-gen MBTs go here in Ethiopia. 2 attack choppers go here in Sudan. These are Baghdad, right? Yeah. Baghdad, which is this card over here, gets an MBT and two early gen fighters. Okay, that's units placed. Now we are delivering aid. Angola gets another attack chopper. So the grays are going to be replaced by a green. That was delivered to the minor air base with the Soviet heavy airlift for the turn, and then an early gen fighter airlifts in using normal airlift. Okay, aid is delivered. Collect money. The Soviets did not pick up any IPPs this turn, so they are still at 45. But something tells me they are going to earn some bonus. I'll do their battle stars here in just a minute. So 45. Let's let's get that much here. Now, they get one IPP for any zone without an IPP value in Africa or the Middle East. Okay, in the Middle East, they get one for Northern Saudi. They get one for Tanzania mix 2, Uganda 3, Chad 4. Yeah. 4 is going to make this 45, 49. And then they get, I believe it's 2 each for killing oil tankers. Yeah. No, my thing here says it's 3 each per hit. That's what my sheet says. So there's 3 of them over here. That's 9 more on to 49. He's going to make 58. $58 IPP into the bank. Now, battle stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't get any air superiority hits or none of that stuff. Nope. So 4, yeah, 4 land battle stars. And then they've got 3 anti-ship missiles. And 5 cruise missiles. Okay, Ozark Outpost. Over and out.